Good morning. It's Wednesday, May 21st. Here's what we're working on this morning. Heated exchanges taking place at Hamilton City Hall over water operators strike as it enters into week 2.
A new poll suggests more Canadians have trust in Prime Minister Mark Carney.
And Forge FC edges CF Montreal in the first leg of the TELUS Canadian Championship quarterfinals. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Wednesday, right?
Yes, it is Wednesday, and we're getting ready for the rain because Brian and I were looking out the weather window already this morning just before the show. Skies are pretty red.
Yeah, red sky in the morning, that old saying, you know, beware, because yes, we do have rain, and oh, do we have rain in the forecast. It's going to be, well, we've had some rain already this morning. A little band pushed its way through 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's tapered off a little bit right now, just fairly cloudy, windy as well. That camera behind me has been shaken away this morning. But yeah, there's a possibility we could get up to about 30 millimeters of precipitation today, tonight, and tomorrow. So today, 5 to 10, tonight, 10 to 15, tomorrow, another 5. It's going to be gray, it's going to be wet. We're looking at showers and cool temperatures. 12 degrees. We should be around 20 for a daytime high. Today 12, tomorrow 11. So rainy and cool for the next couple of days. And we'll talk about that coming up. By the way, we're sitting at 7 right now. Looking at traffic this morning, not a lot of sun in your eyes at all. That looks good. 403 Waterdown Road. Not a lot to speak of there. To some MTO traffic cameras. Grays Road, Stony Creek, Toronto bound heading towards us on that. Now Toronto bound away from us, top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, and east of 4th going through Burlington into Oakville. Not a thing to look at so far today. So we will check weather and traffic in detail for you coming up in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Thank you, Brian. It's been 1 week since Hamilton's water workers went on strike. They expanded their picket lines to City Hall yesterday, leading to some long lines and heated exchanges. Simone Gavros joins us live from City Hall with the details. Simone, good morning.
Good morning, Rick. Well, yesterday, city workers waiting to get into the parking lots here were waiting in their cars for several hours as the water workers that are on strike set up their picket lines right in front of every entrance here at City Hall. Now, the union says that the reason why they set up their picket lines here was to send a message to the city as negotiations have stalled at this point. The picket lines were slowing down vehicles at all 3 entrances to the City Hall parking lot. Many people who were parking were also city employees in different unions, and some said they almost waited 2 hours. Over 50 workers have been on strike since last Wednesday, calling for pay parity. They've warned the city's water safety is at risk, but city staff say that drinking water is still safe.
We can certainly understand that the information being communicated by the striking employees is raising concerns in the community. What I can tell you is that the city's drinking water remains absolutely safe. Wastewater is being treated effectively. Everything is being run to the exact same quality as it was prior to this labor disruption initiating.
Now, neither sides are at the bargaining table right now, but the city says that communication is still taking place. Annette, back over to you.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, Hamilton police have released a photo of a man charged with sexual assault because they're afraid there may be other victims, some who don't realize they've been assaulted. That's because one of the charges that 36-year-old Brian Hayward is facing is administering a noxious substance. Police say victims may have been contacted through online dating sites. Hayward is white. He's 5'10" with a medium build, brown hair, and he has an amputation to his left hand. He has also been charged with voyeurism, distributing intimate images, and assault with a weapon.
A fire in Hamilton's East End may have been deliberately set. It caused about $200,000 damage to an abandoned house on Ottawa Street North near Main Street East. No one was believed to have been inside at the time. The fire started at around 11 yesterday morning.
An international student who lives in Hamilton has been missing since last Friday. That's when 22-year-old Sahil Kumar was seen leaving Union Station and walking towards York Street in Toronto. Police say his cell phone has been off since Friday afternoon, and his passport and laptop were left at his Hamilton home. Hamilton police say they're working closely with Humber College, where Kumar is a student, also working with Metrolinx and Toronto Police, and they're going over surveillance images.
A 14-year-old St. Catharines girl is missing. Niagara police are asking for help finding Isabella Cooper. She's about 5 feet tall with a medium build and brown hair. She may be wearing gray pajama pants or white shorts with a white Nike sweater and purple shirt. Isabella was last seen at around 2:30 yesterday afternoon in downtown St. Catharines.
U.S. President Donald Trump says a new Golden Dome missile defense system will use next-generation technology across land, sea, and space, and he says Canada wants in.
We'll be discussing Canada. They want to hook in, and they want to see if they can be a part of it. That sort of makes sense. I guess that's what I was talking about from day one. You know, it just automatically makes sense, and it won't be very difficult to do, but they'll pay their fair share.
Now, Prime Minister Mark Carney's office says our government is having wide-ranging and constructive talks with their American counterparts on, quote, strengthening NORAD and related initiatives. Trump says the missile defense program is expected to cost $175 billion U.S., and he wants it finished in 3 years. A new poll suggests just over half of Canadians trust Prime Minister Mark Carney. The annual Proof Strategies Can Trust Index survey asks people to rate party leaders based on how much they trust them and their ability to do the right thing for the country. The results suggest that Canadians have more trust in Carney now than they did in former Prime Minister Justin Trudeau after he first took office.
We were impressed. He's coming out of the gate after the election at a 52% trust level, which for a politician in Canada is really impressive. So he's got a great start. He's got confidence and trust with people behind him. And now he has to get on to the really difficult job of governing. He says he's bringing a new approach. It's not out of the realm of possibility that maybe he can sustain this level of trust.
Now, south of the border, more Americans don't approve of how U.S. President Donald Trump is handling their economy. A new Marquette Law School poll shows Trump has a 42% approval rating on the economy. It drops to 37% on tariffs and 34% on how he's handling inflation and the cost of living. Overall, 46% of Americans approve of how Trump is handling the presidency. 54% disapprove. A monarchy expert says next week's royal visit is going to highlight Canada's sovereignty and how much it still matters. King Charles will open the new session of Parliament on Tuesday after he and Queen Camilla hold a public event in Ottawa on Monday. The royal couple were at Canada House in London, England yesterday, where their itinerary was officially announced. Carleton University Associate Professor Philippe Lagacé says it is rare that Canada gets to use the crown in this way. He says it's a useful symbol at a time when the very existence of Canada is being questioned by Donald Trump.
Sportsline time, and Hamilton's Forge FC is off to a cracking start in the TELUS Canadian Championship.
Where's their attacking threat that Bobby Simeonionis is going to put on to finish this match out? Or does Forge just hold on to what they have?
And Palma over the top. Brian Wright can't find it. Hits Searwall. Gets in behind him and knocks it in.
Brian Wright brought the fans at Hamilton Stadium to their feet with a nifty goal in the 78th minute to lead Forge to a 1-0 win over CF Montreal in the opening leg of their quarter-final showdown. Forge outshot Montreal 11-9, including 3-1 on target, and finished with 51% possession. The two teams will meet July 9th at Saputo Stadium for the second leg as the Hammers look to oust Montreal for the second year in a row. In the other Canadian Championship quarterfinal last night, Valor FC and the Vancouver Whitecaps played to a 2-2 draw.
Hands it off, Gadjevich, up for Nosek. To Mikolas, driving the net, pass across, scores! A.J. Greer puts it in. The fourth line
2 days after they ended the Leafs season, the defending champion Panthers grabbed home ice advantage in the East Final. Florida jumped out to an early 2-0 lead on Carolina and skated to a 5-2 victory in Game 1 last night in Raleigh. Sergei Bobrovsky made 31 saves in the win. Freddie Anderson allowed 5 goals on 20 shots. Game 2 goes tomorrow night. The West Final opens tonight in Dallas, where the Stars host the Edmonton Oilers.
Now a break for Ottawa, led by Emily Clark. On the outside, Clark, she scores! Your overtime hero, Emily Clark!
Ottawa continues to charge ahead in the PWHL playoffs. Emily Clark was the overtime hero on home ice last night, netting the winning goal as Ottawa edged Minnesota 2-1 to take Game 1 of the Walter Cup final. The winner came less than 3 minutes into OT and sent the hometown crowd of nearly 6,200 fans into a frenzy. Game 2 of the best-of-5 final will be held tomorrow night in Ottawa. Oklahoma City tipped off the NBA's Western Conference Final with a 114-88 win over the visiting Timberwolves. OKC pulled away in the second half, outscoring Minnesota 70-40. Hamilton's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored a game-high 31 points and added 9 assists, while Julius Randle led the T-Wolves with 28 points. Game 2 is tomorrow. The Knicks host the Pacers tonight in Game 1 of the East Final. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. crushed his 6th homer of the season in the first inning, and Anthony Santander launched his 6th tater in the 5th to power the Blue Jays to a 3-0 win over the San Diego Padres. Chris Bassett allowed 4 hits over 6 innings and struck out 6 batters as Toronto earned its first shutout of the season and handed San Diego its 4th loss in a row. Game 2 of the 3-game set at the Dome goes tonight. And now that the Edmonton Oilers are the last Canadian team remaining in the Stanley Cup playoffs, will fans of Canada's 6 other NHL teams cheer for them to end Canada's 32-year-long Stanley Cup drought? Well, one fan has made it easier for supporters of the Maple Leafs, Canadiens, Senators, Jets, Flames, and Canucks to cheer on the Oilers by sharing a bandwagon transfer form on social media. This form asks, among other things, if you're a first-time bandwagoner and your reason for jumping on the Oilers bandwagon.
Okay, let's jump into this Wednesday morning. 21st, dare I say it? I could do that. 21st of the month. There we are. I try to get it in wherever I can, you know. Fairly cloudy start to our day. Let's look at traffic first of all. Nothing to see at the QEW or the 403. Doing fine here. You can see that shake on the camera. Yeah, the winds are fairly strong this morning, but no problems there. That's our exclusive camera around Waterdown Road. MTO traffic cameras, St. Catharines, pretty light volume at Glendale, even though there's still some construction there. Grays Road, Stony Creek, all the way through east of Brant. We'll flip ahead to east of Royal Windsor. As you can see, traffic is really light this morning. Roads are dry at the moment, but we've had some rain this morning. Let's check our temperature as we're starting off this Wednesday morning. Temperature at the moment is better than yesterday. We were 2 at this time. We're sitting at 7 right now. There's that wind. It is a northeast wind once again at 26. It's come down a little bit this hour. We do have some light rain. We had some light rain earlier. We're still getting a little bit around, and we are looking for rain for the day today. Going to school, high of only 12 degrees. We got to 17 yesterday, but today only 12. That northeast wind continues. 5 to 10 millimeters of rain is possible during the day today. No problems with air quality. We're in the low risk category for both morning and afternoon. That's a look at our satellite radar picture from the past 6 hours. It's a loop. It keeps repeating. You can see the green and the heavier downpour, the yellows and reds in there. So we have had some rain. That low pressure system is going to stick around for the next few days, actually. We're looking at rain today, rain tonight, rain tomorrow, even showers continuing into Friday before, good news, sunshine moves in for Saturday. Yay! But today, it's going to be gray, it's going to be windy, it's going to be wet. Temperatures anywhere from 12 to 14, 5 to 10 millimeters for today. Tonight, the rain continues. We could get 10 to 15 millimeters. Temperatures 8 to 9 to 10 degrees for the Horseshoe. And then tomorrow, even a little bit cooler for Hamilton, anywhere from 10, 11, 12, and 13, but another 5 millimeters of rain for the day tomorrow. So going to be a wet couple of days. So out the door this morning, we do have some light rain. It is fairly windy. Temperature right now sitting at 7. Long range coming up. Annette.
Okay, thanks very much, Brian.
Coming up after the break, we're going to say good morning to Emily Vukovic with a preview of what's to come in CHCH. And Canada Post and its workers agree that weekend delivery is needed, but can't agree on how to do it. Let's say good morning to Emily Vukovic. Emily, what's going on in CHCH this morning?
Hi, good morning. Well, Conan O'Brien is joining Toy Story 5. We teased it yesterday, but we just didn't have time to get to it, so I have to reveal it today.
I want to know.
Yes.
And Toronto's The Weeknd is thanking a huge superstar for transforming his music career. And later on, Peppa Pig is now a big sister again. I've never actually thought I would be so invested in a cartoon pig pregnancy
in my life. Okay, when you said how excited you were that Mama Pig had her baby, I thought it was a real pig. Right. And I'm like, okay, what's going on?
No. TV.
Wow,
Okay.
that is breaking news. Peppa Pig's got a new big sister. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you.
On to business news. The Canadian dollar is up 13 basis points, now sitting at 72 cents U.S. Gold is $26.60 an ounce higher, surpassing the $3,300 mark. And crude is up 85 cents, trading just under $63 a barrel. In midday European trading, markets are down across the board in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
In Asia, markets were down today in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. North American markets, the TSX closed 84 points higher. The Dow dropped 115, and the Nasdaq lost 73.
Weekend work remains the key sticking point in negotiations between Canada Post and its workers, who are threatening to strike on Friday, just 6 months after their last walkout. Canada Post wants part-time staff to handle rising weekend parcel demand, but the union says full-time employees should cover those shifts instead. The union has said its goal remains new contracts for its 55,000 members and a sustainable postal service. A federal report released Friday backed part-time roles with similar pay and benefits and ruled out gig work. But the union called the recommendations service cuts and major rollbacks to key protections in their current contract.
Honda is scaling back its investment in electric vehicles because of slowing demand. Honda's CEO says they're going to focus more instead on hybrid models. At a news conference, he announced plans to launch 13 new hybrid models around the world between 2027 and 31. Earlier this month, Honda blamed market demand for postponing a $15 billion EV project in southern Ontario. It also announced that tariffs are forcing it to shift some production of its popular CR-V model intended for the U.S. market to a Honda plant in Ohio. Honda Canada, though, has reassured that no jobs will be lost in this country, and they confirmed their commitment to Canada.
Brampton-based MDA Space has raised its takeover offer for Satisfy Communications. The Canadian company says its new offer implies a total equity value of $280 million U.S. Satisfy makes computer chips for satellite communication systems. That's up from its earlier proposal that implied a total equity value of about $193 million. The increase comes after Satisfy received a rival bid. MDA says a shareholder meeting to vote on the deal is set for Friday.
The beer store is going to close 9 more locations this summer. It's part of a plan to focus on sustainability and recycling while modernizing operations in a changing market. The Ontario government expanded beer and alcohol sales to big box stores, corner stores, and gas stations last year. It's a move that sparked a lot of outcry from provincial sellers, like the beer store. 2 of the 9 beer stores set to close on July 6th are in Oakville. One of them's on Lakeshore Road West, the other on Upper Middle Road.
If you bought a high chair on Amazon in the past couple of years, pay attention to this. About 5,400 units of the Boiro Baby 4-in-1 high chairs are being recalled for safety hazards. The problems include a restraint system that can fail because it's not attached to the product. Also, the opening between the seat and tray is too large and a child can get trapped in it. The chairs were sold on Amazon between October 2023 and November of last year. If you have one, stop using it immediately and contact Boiro Baby for a full refund.
Okay, we're taking a break right now. Brian is going to be back with traffic and your 7-day forecast. Here's a hint, grab an umbrella.
Coming up on 624 on the 21st of May. Not a lot of sunshine this morning. Pretty gray start to our morning. Here's the QEW in Martindale. We'll check traffic first of all. So Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us. Here's Toronto-bound lanes heading away from us. I saw some brake lights coming on in the distance there, so it is starting to slow. East of 4th looks good. No problems at Sheraton. Flipping. Oh, that camera was just there. Here's the QEW at the 427. Once again, I know that camera's there. All right, let's check the temperatures that we have as we get you into this morning. Temperature sitting at 7 for Hamilton, better for Grimsby, Toronto, and Mississauga, all sitting at 9. So seasonals. Oh, there's the shot of the canola field. Kathy took that recently. She was driving along the escarpment. Beautiful shot there. Thank you, Annette, for forwarding that to me. So here's what we're looking at for today. Sun's already up. Not that we're going to see a lot of it. 8:43 it goes down. Those are our seasonals and records for today. And be prepared for, yes, a wet day. So for school today, it should be 9 for the first bell. And rain, 12 degrees. That's all we're going to get to today. So way below seasonal for the day today. So 12 degrees, 5 to 10 millimeters today, 10 to 15 millimeters possible tonight, another 5 during the day tomorrow. Cloudy with rain tomorrow and 11, 13 on Friday. At least we climb a little bit. Saturday looks good, sunny and 17. All those temperatures are way below seasonal, as you can see. Chance of a shower Sunday and back to clouds for Monday and Tuesday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
Okay, it makes the weekend look even better,
Yes,
doesn't it?
I agree.
Yes. Okay, well, a rogue kangaroo is getting a bad reputation with police in Colorado.
To begin with, having a pet kangaroo is legal in that state. Irwin the kangaroo has been tracked down by officers not once, but twice in the last few months. The latest time, Irwin hopped over into his neighbor's backyard, and police say he has grown significantly since his previous run-in with the law 6 months ago. That's when Irwin led officers on a chase while wearing a diaper. He was returned to his owner on both occasions. Nice to see Irwin is okay. You think police were? You think police were hopping mad?
Oh yeah, very good, very good.
It's the best I could do.
How do you get that in your cruiser without getting kicked, right?
Very
because
carefully,
they're so dangerous. But I guess this must be the earlier earlier
hunting
chasing.
down Irwin.
Hunting down
Where
Irwin.
is this kangaroo again? Imagine the police officers getting this call. Irwin is on the loose again.
Irwin is out again. And I think this is in a small town, so I'm sure that everybody knows Irwin and where he belongs.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You belong joining us right after the break. We're going to grab some more tea because it is
International Tea Day.
Yes, we're celebrating.
Kangaroo down, sport, tie me kangaroo down.